fastest way to make it to any destination is a straight line, why do you keep allowing the past or future to trip you up? What if the reason why you feel stuck or hopeless is because you don't truly understand the beautiful gift that you've been given, the one you have right now in the palm of your hands, but you simply haven't taken advantage of it? Because for all the goals and dreams and big ideas you have, how can you ever receive more if you don't even appreciate the things you have right now? Imagine being given one of the greatest gifts ever and not knowing what to do with it, or even worse, knowing what to do with it but wasting it away by choice. Every single day you wake up healthy enough, strong enough, smart enough, sharp enough, capable enough to go out there and get it, that's exactly what you gotta do. So today we want to talk about the idea of perspective. Specifically, we want to talk about the appreciation, mindset, and action that you'll take in order to turn your vision into a reality, because all of it means very little if we can't bring it together with perspective. This is the infinite evolution. How can you love, respect, value, or even make progress towards those goals if you don't even realize what's already in your hand? The immense power that you've been given. The present is one of the most beautiful gifts any of us have ever received, but what are you doing with it? Expecting more when you won't even cherish what you've already been given is insanity. And what do you think you would actually do with it? Think about the little kid who has every single toy they could possibly ask for. When they go to the store and they're begging for just another, what do you think they're gonna do with it? Well, your dreams, goals, ideas, and vision all work the same way. The fact is, our thoughts are a dime a dozen. Our ideas come and go. It's the ones that you hold on to and take serious that really matter. The way to take them most seriously is to take advantage of the present. The past is already gone, the future isn't promised, but right here, right now, you have this moment. What are you gonna do with it? How can you ever expect to receive more when you don't even cherish what you already have? Because this moment right here, this time right now, is all you need in order to make a little bit of progress. So often we get caught up and confused in thinking about 10, 15, 20 steps ahead. Thinking about the future is smart. Planning ahead is a good thing. But when you're so focused on the future that you lose sight of the present, that's when everything goes wrong. When you're so committed to being stuck in the past, it's like you're walking around with cement blocks on your feet. You're not going anywhere, and it's all by choice. You must intentionally choose to focus on the present, otherwise the future and past are really powerful magnets in order to steal your attention. The ability to focus your time, energy, and attention on wherever your feet are is powerful, and so few people can do it. There is no shortage of people who are stuck in the past, things that already occurred, things they cannot change, or focused on the future that isn't even here yet, worrying about something that hasn't even arrived yet, instead of putting that time, energy, and effort into where they are right now. You can't jump ahead 5, 10 years. You can't go back 3, 4 months, but what you have right now is a gift. What are you doing with it? It's one thing to say you value the present, but what do your actions say? So many of us talk about the things that we really care about, but when it really comes down to it, what do their actions tell you? People will say almost anything, but when you look at what they actually do, that's where you know what their heart really desires. That's where you know what their mind is really focused on. And so to understand and respect the past, but not get trapped in it, to respect the future, knowing that it's coming, but not get lost in obsessing over it, this is the infinite evolution. Because too often we get lost in a past that we cannot change, or a future that may never come, a future that we don't even 100% control the outcome of. All you can do is focus on where you are right now, and that's how you'll get the best results. The fact is, today, this moment right now, is the past when it comes to the future. So one way or another, you're still the architect of your world, but how are you crafting it? What type of builder are you choosing to be? What you do in the present also determine where you end up in the future. What type of life are you choosing to set yourself up with? The past and future only matter as much as you choose to allow them. The past and future can only take over your mind and thinking if you allow it to. You have to give permission to these things in order to take over your mind. You actually have to give permission to the past or future in order for them to take over your present. And so whoever you decide to give your time, focus, and attention to is entirely up to you. You have to give the past permission in order to take over your world. The future has to come to you and ask for permission in order to take over your world. Are you going to give in and listen, focused on things that are not here, or that you cannot change, or will you be different? That permission that you give in order for the past or future to take over might not even feel like a big thing. It might look like getting lost in photos and memories on social media. It might look like worrying for hours and hours about something you can't even change. But more than all of that, it probably looks like giving up the beautiful gift of the present right now in order to do nothing, achieve little, and accomplish exactly what you didn't set out to do. Nothing. And so beyond the past and future, it's actually the present that gets you stuck. Thinking about the past in the present is why you are where you are. Be where your feet are. Do what you can right now. Take the next step and watch how much momentum you can build. This is the infinite evolution. You don't need to build Rome in a day. Lay the first brick. You don't need to build an empire by tomorrow. Start writing the code. Start coming up with the plan. Take the next step. Respect the process. Accept and embrace the beautiful opportunity in this moment right now that you've been given, and watch how your life flourishes. This is the infinite evolution. The ability to think and plan ahead is essential if you ever want to do anything great. However, thinking and planning for the future means very little if you won't execute in the moment. If you won't take right now and do what you need to in order to build the bricks that will lay the foundation for whatever type of future you want to create. Today is tomorrow's past. Even a week from now will eventually become the past. What are you doing with it? And how much are you respecting the fact that all of it comes full circle once you realize that it's the present that's the real asset that's going to allow you to make changes? The ability to honestly look back on your life and reflect. What choices did I make? What opportunities did I have? It's hard to be honest with the world when you can't even be honest with yourself. So when you can honestly and transparently reflect on the past, be honest about the decisions you made, analyze the choices and opportunities you had, that's when special starts to happen. And that's when you allow the next step you take to be that much more impactful, because you're giving yourself the most up-to-date and useful information you can possibly get. It's one thing to have knowledge in your possession. It's another thing entirely to have the wisdom it takes in order to do something with it. And be truthful with you. That's when those next steps you take become so much more impactful, because they're being guided by wisdom and intelligence, not feelings or emotion. They're being driven by facts and honest analysis that could only come from the source of it all. That would be you. What good is the planning, the preparation, the studying if you won't execute when the lights get brightest? Once that moment comes, once the lights shine brightest, you'll be prepared, because this is what you are. It's not a flip you switch. It's not a light you turn on. This is what you've been preparing for. This is what you've been building. And this is the infinite evolution. When you allow your mind to drift to the past or present, that's where your energy will go. Can you really afford to waste such a precious resource? Think about the idea of a New Year's resolution. Generally speaking, you're not going to win an entire year until you can first win a day, and then a week, and then a month, and then maybe a 3 or 6 month period. But when you start off trying to win the year, when you start off mind focused on the future, you cannot win the present. And it's the present that's going to build to the results. When you make a New Year's resolution, believe the last one on the table, what did you really accomplish? At a certain point, you have to realize it's progress over perfection. Forget about winning a year, just win a month. If you can win a month, you can win 2, and then 3, and then you can start to build that unstoppable momentum. But you have to start off small. The only way to win a year is to first win this moment right here. Start with the day, start with right now, and start with winning wherever your feet are. This is the infinite evolution. Think big, but plan small. Even the idea of waiting for January 1st to roll around is a bit crazy. If you're really serious, get started right now. Maybe your New Year's starts in May or June or February. Whatever the case, none of us know how much time we've been given, and none of it is promised, so you need to get started right now. I started this video off talking about how the quickest route to a destination is a straight line. Well, if that's the case, isn't the best way to trip somebody up to get them distracted? To make sure that they aren't focused on the straight path and instead tripped up on every little thing along the way? The best way to keep somebody from reaching their goals is to trip them up, is to have them distracted, is to steal their focus so that they can't do the things that they were meant to. If you're blessed with a vision and purpose, somebody or something is gonna try and trip you up, especially if what you're doing is for the cause of good. If I know you're planning to change the world for opportunities, if I know you want to see the world looking better and I don't, what am I gonna do? I wanna make sure that you're either way too focused on the past or way too obsessed with the future. Either way, you're not winning the present, and that's all I need. The past is written by what you do right now. The future is determined by what you do in this moment, because then you don't have the impact that you really could have. So whether you're lost in the past, distracted by the future, stuck in the present, or even if it's cyberspace, whatever the case may be, once you're distracted, you're no longer a threat. Once your attention has been stolen, nobody's worried about you making an impact. As long as you're not focused on building towards that purpose, there are people who would love it. Don't give them that pleasure. The person who gets so easily distracted by all these little things is also pretty easy to control. And if not control, they're pretty easy to influence. Either way, you're not the author of your own destiny. Either way, you're giving somebody permission to be the author of your future. Will it be you, or will it be the masses? Will it be pop culture, or will it be your purpose? Will it be your vision, or will it be whatever is popular? Making this decision, standing on business, and not folding even when you could have, well, this is the infinite evolution. You've been blessed with one of the greatest, most precious gifts ever, the present. Our time here is limited, so the more distractions and pitfalls that you choose to embrace, the harder it's gonna be to turn your dreams into a reality. So the more distractions and pitfalls we can avoid, the better. There has never been an easier time in order to be successful. However, there's never been an easier time to be distracted or tricked or caught up with things that really don't matter. In many ways, technology and access to it have leveled the playing field. The system isn't perfect and it's not exactly set up for you to win. So even though it's never been easier to be successful, it's also never been more distractions or pitfalls or things that could trip you up and steal your time. But are you aware? Are you choosing to give them your time, energy, and effort, or will you be different? Opportunities to make excuses, opportunities for people to run interference are abundant. Don't fall victim to them. Be different, be better, and realize just how precious this moment is. Yes, there are people who wish to steal your time and attention, but it only works when you give them permission. The best way is still the straight path, but along that path are all sorts of distractions and pitfalls that you have to choose to embrace. Don't do it. For sure, you will be tested and you will be redirected, making the road to victory that much more welcoming to those with the courage, conviction, discipline, willingness, and wisdom in order to do what it takes to drive through and get the job done, even when it wasn't even when there were distractions and pitfalls and excuses, when procrastination was right there, when they could have done nothing, when laziness and every excuse in the book was right at your fingertips, you wouldn't take it. Wherever your feet are, that's where your mind is. The finish line is coming one way or another. All you need to do is keep your mind sharp and focused and run the best race that you can. Live in the present moment and watch your results take off. Be where your feet are. You are the powerful author of your history. What type of records will you leave? You're also the innovative architect of your very own future. What type of future will you choose to create with the beautiful gift of the present that you've been blessed with? Being blessed with the gift of the present is one of the most precious things we could ever ask for. So if the steps you take today are gonna 100% determine your future and 1000% impact your past, what type of author and architect will you choose to be for yourself? This is the Infinite Evolution. I believe you have greatness in you, something special that only you can tap into and unlock, but not a moment before you choose to embrace the most precious gift you've been given. This moment right here and now. You have everything it takes to build the future you've been dreaming of. The visions weren't placed in your head for no reason. The dreams weren't given to you for no reason. Now it's up to you to do something. This is the Infinite Evolution.